Itamar Ben-Gvir has called for a national and strong response against Iran, saying that Tehran must burn after recent missile exchanges. Meanwhile, the Israeli military has said that Iran has made a grave mistake by launching missiles at Israel and has warned that further action is being prepared as tensions continue to escalate in the region. Malika Pandey, if I can come to you. We are obviously seeing a salvo of missiles from both the ends, but these are salvo of words as well. War of words has also started off. Israel seems to be making sure that they give out statements warning Israel of consequences if they continue the attacks. Do you believe that negotiations are something that can still continue?
Good morning, Shivani. We've been discussing this for a long time, and the ceasefire was only alive on the papers. If you see, it was only alive on the papers. It's been 100 days to the war now. We are seeing that missiles are moving faster than negotiations this time, Shivani. We are seeing that military actions are moving faster than the diplomats.
Absolutely.
So wherever there comes a point where US is about to strike a peace deal, we always see, be it when there were talks going on in Oman, be it at the initial stage in February, be it last year as well when Operation Midnight Hammer was launched, whenever we are seeing there is a peace deal which is to be cracked, Israel enters the war, alters everything, but we are also seeing the US. I mean, Shivani, after the Congress, even Republicans were involved in that. The member of Congress voted against Trump, his agendas on war, and we saw Trump giving out statements that the endless war is now going to be over. We are seeing US is holding fire extinguisher on one hand, and we are seeing that they are holding gasoline on one hand. So we don't know whether to believe, President Trump now, whether he knew about Israel's attack, whether he didn't. There's one thing that I would also like to point out, Shivani, that Lebanon, if you see, last time also we had discussed this. Israel attacked Lebanon. They isolated southern Lebanon from the entire country. They broke down all the structures. They destroyed all the structures, the main bridges which connected southern and northern Lebanon. So we saw that Israel also attacked with a barrage of missiles in Lebanon. And it has been doing so despite Iran constantly reminding that there is a ceasefire in which we had already clearly stated that Lebanon was to be included. That's when Iran retaliated. And again, in the morning, we saw that Israel attacked important structures, important strategic locations like the airport they have attacked, the military airport they have attacked Isfahan again. Now we are seeing the war is spiraling again. Somewhere or the other, we had seen that Iran was about to negotiate a deal. The foreign minister has been, their foreign minister Abbas Araghchi has been contacting UK. In fact, they were seen contacted Pakistan as well, UN as well. They are writing that we have not attacked them first, they have attacked us first. So we are seeing this war has become now a tricky situation, and the kitchens and wallets of a common man are getting affected. Today in the morning, I was seeing 4% hike in oil prices, 8% oil prices are hiked in Asia. So it's affecting the common kitchen now, Shivani.
Absolutely, Malika. And you've rightly pointed out, negotiations seem to they seem to be a facade that the Washington, Tehran, they seem to be putting up while Israel continues its, strikes. Let me introduce some piece of information that is flowing in before I go across to Brigadier Dewan. US Ambassador Mike Huckabee has sharply escalated his rhetoric on the Israel-Iran conflict, calling Iran and its proxies agents of evil and warning that the mothership of Satan is in Tehran. Now, the remarks come as regional tensions intensify, with fears growing that the conflict could further draw Washington into the ongoing West Asia crisis. We also have another piece of information flowing in from Israel this time, where the Israeli Home Front Command has said that it is now safe for civilians to leave protected spaces across all areas of the country following a fresh situational assessment. However, authorities have urged the public to continue following official instructions as the security situation remains under close monitoring amid ongoing tensions. Brigadier Dewan, I want to understand from your perspective, how are you analyzing the role of Washington? Because Brigadier, we've been seeing Washington, US President Donald Trump, said that I will call up Benjamin Netanyahu. I'll tell him to stop his attacks. There seems to be no action on this. And earlier as well, we had seen that one of the clauses for the ceasefire was that Israel stops attacking Lebanon. But like you mentioned in your earlier narrative, this is an objective that Israel has started out with. They need to get areas before the Litani River under their control. They need to make sure that Hezbollah does not have any kind of infrastructural support there, and so they want to raise everything to the ground. So that's their objective that they need to complete. That's why they even launched ground offensive. But Brigadier, we have Washington time and again telling Tel Aviv that you need to, control your actions. Do you believe that Tel Aviv is someone who is not going to listen to Washington in the long run?
You see, you asked a very interesting question. It has got a very interesting connotation also. What appears to the world in the naked eye is that President Trump is under tremendous pressure because of inflation within the US. He's under pressure because of the coming election. He's under pressure because of the last congressional vote in which 5 Republicans voted against him, and he's under pressure about everything. So he has no choice but to go in for a diplomatic solution only. But let me tell you, if you study the entire thing post 28th February, there's a pattern which has come every week or maybe twice a week certain times. And that pattern is that wherever there is one instance where something drastic happens, a kinetic means is used by the both things. As a result, the prices of the oil, crude oil, go up and the markets fall. And within the next few days, maybe after the weekend is over, then the new week starts, President Trump comes, with his full force, saying that yes, we are nearing a solution. We've already had some people talking to them. As a result, the crude oil comes down, markets go up. So this pattern, who is being benefited? It is the Trump and his associate who are businessmen. And basically they are Jew businessmen within the America who control the American establishment. So they are the ones who are making money out of it. They are the ones who've been telling right from maybe President Nixon or maybe even before that Israel must be protected in West Asia against Iranians, because Iranians have vowed to finish them since 1979 after the revolution. So that is the kind of they have a constitution of the country. I believe there are 3 places where they actually mention that Jews have to be eliminated from West Asia. So this kind of a hostility was a major factor for them. And in any case, they got Israel country in 1948 only from the British hands. So they have been out of this place for last maybe thousands of years. So they have come back, they have to be preserved. And the American Jewish lobby is very, very strong. And they've been trying to sort of assert the president to do this kinetically. But Trump came into their narrative, that too in his second term. And now Trump knows whether Republicans lose or win, he is not going to come back to power. He has got no political future left, though he is acting only like a businessman. And this whole game which is going on in the West Asia, this is Trump's strategy to make as much money as he, his associates, and those Jewish lobby which I'm talking about in US are making. But it is sending the whole world into turmoil, an economic turmoil. It can well lead to those same 1929 world economic crisis, which led to a World War II in 1939. And over here also, the effort is totally to demobilize Iranians, demobilize Iranian forces. But then we must also understand Iran has nurtured Hezbollah, to some extent Hamas, and Houthis in a big force. So even if you demobilize them, they become a smaller force, but asymmetric warfare starts. And it is very, very difficult to counter asymmetric warfare, a guerrilla warfare. They can have targets all over Northern America, Mexico, anywhere in the world, and they're capable of doing it. And they've done it earlier also. So that becomes a bigger sort of a menace rather than what
Absolutely.
we are having today. So the question remains, is the ceasefire going on at the moment better, or Americans should take a final step and do a total annihilation of Iran, which they are capable of. But then that will give result to this asymmetric warfare, which is difficult to control, and will be a major, major tragedy for the entire world, not only of the US.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Brigadier. Let me introduce some more information that is flowing in from the ground, where the US ambassador in Israel has said that he has heard loud explosions overhead with reports of ongoing interceptions during Iranian missile activity.